It's one of those races I've thought about a lot since. Heart rate was just pinned at like 1,000,000. If you're not just like absolutely on the rev limiter, you're like bouncing down some hill on a bike that's like not fit for the course. The most unique event I've done on a bike.
It's a very grassroots event. I just absolutely love it. I've ridden the Three Peaks Cyclocross 10 times. This is the most risky part of the descent.
Yeah.
Mostly from a puncture.
Yeah, it's like 1,000,000 ways to puncture in here.
You across this mount there and just pick the bike up and run it.
Any instance of sheep ever running into a course?
I don't think we've had any kind of sheep-related incidents, but you know, the area is well known for that. As a requirement, if you've not done the race before, you have to show ability in an upland environment. Reviewing the entry forms, some people would put some really kind of left field experience. So far away from cycling, but somehow relevant to the race. You know, and that probably just reflects how bonkers the race is.
We signed up last time, didn't know really what we were in for. It's hard to explain to anyone who hasn't been here.
The Three Peaks course, over the 38 miles, will test every component of you, test your body. 8 miles of it is unrideable.
You must pass through checkpoints Ingleborough Summit, Whernside Summit, at Pen-y-Ghent Summit, and finish here. And if you don't, there'll be a little bit of bother.
From Ingleborough, which is very different to the other two peaks, it's quite grassy, it's quite boggy. So it's about having the awareness to basically jump off your bike, because otherwise you're going to be kissing your front wheel and you're going to be over the bars. Before that, Simon Fell can be a heartbreaker. You're hanging on to the grass for dear life. If you don't, you're going to topple back. It's that steep. Whernside, I always found Whernside to be a bit of a graveyard for me. I think there's over 400 steps just to get towards the plateau. And then coming off the top of Whernside, that is a gnarly, gnarly technical descent. You go past the historic Ribble Head railways to then ascend and descend Pen-y-Ghent. If you've got the legs, you can probably ride 3/4 of the way up. From the bottom of Pen-y-Ghent back to here at the finish at Helworth Bridge, it's a 3-mile dash. The restriction is 35 mils on tyres, dropped handlebars, no suspension. This is cyclocross at its rawest, the world's toughest cyclocross. Some people might dispute that. I've ridden it 20 times.
I think it's been going over 25 years now, or 20-something years.
This is our 61st year.
61. Imagine cranking around there in the 60s. Oh, savage.
Before this race, he had very little off-road experience, mountain biking, cyclocross, gravel, anything like that. The bike handling is definitely improved quite a bit. If you don't do cyclocross, if you're not training for the running part, I think it's difficult to come here and do it well.
Do you have any advice for Lachlan?
Be careful how hard you go up Simon Fell.
Don't try and go with the best runners.
Do not try and run it.
Okay, I'm going to try and run with the leader. Rob Jebb, I think he also holds the running record for the Three Peaks. He's pretty fast. And it just blew me up. I had no idea what I was doing. It's a lot that goes on in 3 hours. I was struggling, just like start to finish.
6 years is quite a long time to leave it.
Been trying to fit this in basically every year since, and finally we're here again. Yorkshire's a very special part of the world. It's incredibly beautiful, and there's a lot of history here.
Is there a chip, bud? It's just a chip sandwich. All your essential nutrients.
Chip buddy. Chip buddy. Chip buddy. Chip buddy. Chip buddy. This is a race you've got to put some homework in for. I did a lot of running with my bike. Ridiculous training sessions. Super steep hiking trail, a mile long. I'd go in the morning when there weren't many people, ride fast into it, and then you're just kind of like going up. Your heart rate's so high that and then the blood's kind of in your head. And then you're trying to remember where to get your feet, and then you're shouldering the bike, and it all feels kind of awkward. And straight away I was just like, this is what I felt. I remember it now. So I did a few sessions up there and I got better, but it's a strange sensation. Body's kind of doing the weird shake, calves are on fire, and you get on and try and pedal and you're just I was like, oh, this is it. The whole thing feels like a disaster. The last time I was here, we put padding on the top tube, and then some guy gave me shit, so I'm not going to do it this time. If you got padding on top tube, you can't have your name on the trophy. You're shouldering the bike for so long. I was like, okay, cool, I'm doing the 10-minute run up. I can feel my shoulder now is bruised. And trying to remember how to ride again on small tires has also been terrifying. You don't really have much control. If you think about it, it's very pure style of bike race. We're going to go over these 3 hills. And if you can ride it, you can ride it. And when you can't ride it, you carry it. Of all the cycling scenes, the British cycling scene has the most niche elements. People following their passion for bike riding.
My dad won it in 1963. The buzz and the feeling has never gone away. I've done 25 finishes. You certainly won't finish the 3 peaks ever thinking, I could have gone a little bit harder. Every piece of your body's hanging, and it's really difficult just to keep hold of the brakes.
This will be my 25th finish, I hope, at the 3 peaks.
This will be my first, hopefully. The last weekend in September, or every single year in my life, apart from COVID, is being here. So it's one of those things, it's just a rite of passage in our family.
Dragging your bike up a mountain on your shoulder is what I thought cyclocross was, basically, when I grew up.
You need to be quick on the feet and have a good amount of traction. So I've got some spikes loaded up, the buck tooths, the saber tooth. On Simon Fell, it'll be with the hand. The downhills are going to be on the drops, hanging off the back, just pointing, bouncing, hoping. None of over the front ones. I went over the front last time. That sucked. The uphills, these ones, they're so steep. And then the road part, I'll be getting down low, hitting some big jumps, just for the crowd.
Really pleased to see Lachlan back. I think he has got some unfinished business here, but he's got some stiff opposition. Charles Drake, second last year is Jensen Young.
Yeah, I'm Jensen Young. I'm from Yorkshire. It's always been a big thing in my family. My uncle's won it 3 times. My dad's been on the podium. It's a big thing everyone kind of talks about. For me, it's one of my biggest goals of the season.
I think it's going to be a good race tomorrow.
This morning I was definitely feeling a little bit nervous. It's a pretty crazy bike race where a lot of things can happen.
I'm scared.
The terrain's like obviously very challenging, but it can be pretty sketchy too. After a bit of rain last night on tiny little tyres and bounce around the peaks, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. I rode to the start and I got really excited. Kind of had this feeling of like Christmas morning kind of feeling, like it's a special day. The only day of the year you can go and ride those peaks. I wasn't anxious or nervous, I was just like happy and excited to race. The road section, there was a big crash. I just missed it. You go through 2 farms. From there you can basically see all of Simon Fell in front of you. I think at that point Jensen was a couple minutes in front. The bottom's like a long stair run up. And that's when I realised the mistake I'd made in putting large metal spikes on my shoes. They were impossible to run on in the stone steps. The descent off Whernside's a tricky one. It's a lot to do on a cyclocross bike. Got down that descent really well. I felt fresh. I'll just give it a good crack up Pen-y-Ghent. And then I just really enjoyed that climb. Like, it's really hard, breathing through your skin. It's just such a sick backdrop. Hit the descent, had a pretty big gap over 3rd place. Don't flat down here. And then I started getting wicked hand pump, trying to brake but couldn't slow down and had this funny little crash. And then got back on and was like, all right, just like cool your jets.
And here he comes in for 2nd place. What a cracking right there, folks.
All things considered, it went like pretty smooth. It was a nice day.
Sit, come on, thank you.
There's a bunch of really passionate people who put this event on and who come and attend this event. Everyone is so stoked on it, which just brings this incredible atmosphere. It's a strange thing to go and run a cyclocross bike over some hills, bounce down some rocky paths. It shouldn't be a fun day out, but somehow it is. Everyone is super warm, super welcoming, hearty, salt of the earth people. I feel like lucky to be here, you know? World Bicycle Relief are trying to give more people access to bikes, and it's pretty incredible to witness how that can transform people's lives. I hope you can support World Bicycle Relief on their quest to change the world through bikes.